Owen Schroyer from Infowars.com. We are outside Hofstra University, and there are some men out here protesting. Now, Rabbi Weiss, what are you out here protesting?
With the help of the Almighty, we are actually here to convey a message to both candidates that unfortunately the system is that you have to profess as a candidate support for the occupation of Palestine, for the state of Israel. And in so doing, you're supposedly showing sympathy and friendship for the Jews. We're out here to tell and plead with the candidates that Judaism is a religion. The Jewish people around the world are not necessarily supporters of the state of Israel. And on the contrary, the very religious Jews in New York, here, right across from Manhattan and Williamsburg, or in Jerusalem, they are anti the occupation, anti-Zionist. And we feel that the continuance of the state of Israel has brought rivers of bloodshed, of death for both the Palestinians and the Jews. It's a fact. We Jews have lived together with Muslims and Arabs for hundreds of years. Judaism is a religion, subservience to God, and the whole concept of this Zionist state of Israel, this statehood, is a nationalism, a mere 60-odd years. The concept, the ideology of Zionism behind the state is 100-odd years, and it's a transformation to nationalism. They simply hijacked the name Judaism, they've hijacked the Star of David, all our identities, and they're using it to further an ideology, a cause that's flawed, that's really a selfish and criminal cause. It has nothing to do with our religion. It's caused a rift between Jews and Muslims. It's a terrible tragedy in the world. The repercussions is worldwide. It's very possible that many of the world conflicts in the Arab and Muslim world that's going on between the West and the Arab has its root in the state of Israel, the support of the state of Israel. And it's not an absolute necessity the way people look at it, because people think it's like the basics. There's religions, you can't go against religion. And it's totally not that. Religion stood way before Zionism, the Jewish religion, and it's a newcomer to the block, Zionism, into Palestine. It's a mere, like I say, 100-odd years, and it's really an intruder. And it's something that is a terrible calamity for Muslims, Arabs, and Jews alike.
So you're out here, you're trying to convey a message to the candidates right now. I think there's about 15 of you guys out here, I think it looked like. So what would you like to see? What political action would you like to see from the next president?
Well, the beginning of a new approach to this conflict. Just like in South Africa, it was for many, many years, it was given a blank check to continue on, and till there was pressure put through the grassroots on the politicians. South Africa had its position as a recognized, distinguished state amongst the states in the UN and so forth. But then there was a move to change that. We believe that the existence of the state of Israel is a clear impediment to peace, and there is a route to, with God's help, with a dismantlement of this state. It may sound off the wall, but if you understand, just like South Africa was eventually changed in its entirety, or USSR was changed, this Israel, in its continuation, it's going on a road that's just of death and suffering, because even just with any simple logic, statistically there's going to be more Arabs the further down the road you go till they're going to be the majority. It has no way that it can exist, and we say according to God it's not supposed to exist. The route is to look for a way out of this quagmire with the end of this of the actual occupation, or a state that's supposedly from one religion, Jews, supposedly from Jews, which it's not. It's a Zionism on the heads and shoulders of another. It has to be a free country, the will of, we say, the indigenous people, let's say the Palestinians. And as a Jew, we feel we have to be a loyal citizen to them, as we are required to be in the United States. Jews are required to be loyal citizens in every land they reside. So that would be the solution, and it will come about because it's a mere 60-odd years, the state, and Jews have been living for hundreds of years together in peace.
So what candidate do you think would have a better chance of, de-absorbing what's going on in Israel right now, like you'd like to see?
Like I say, as it looks now, it looks wild, this thought, because every candidate has the opportunity to take a new road at this, because none of them have been successful in any other, approach. To say which one would be better, we won't even, go into that issue, because it's really not in the position of as a Jew really to be politically taking positions in these. But what it is to urge them that they shouldn't be fearful of the attack of being considered an anti-Semite if you stand up against this occupation. On the contrary, Jews, the exacerbation of anti-Semitism is because of the state. Stand up for us by trying to help both the Palestinians, and there's many Jews are being brutally beaten today in Palestine, in Jerusalem, because they force Jews to go to the military. The conscription to military, that everybody has to, even girls and boys, everybody has to go in the army. And our Jews, the Jewish ones who are religious, refuse to go, and they're brutally beaten and arrested. So standing up to this, the state of Israel, their occupation, will be something that is not anti-Semitic, and it will bring, with God's help, blessings and freedom, with God's help, and peace on the world.
So you feel like it's kind of like it's almost like a bullying situation. Israel is kind of like bullying its citizens, bullying Jews and the surrounding countries.
That is clear, and anybody who dares to speak up is right away brutally attacked as anti-Semitic. They have AIPAC that really vilifies and stains everybody with the name anti-Semitic. If you stand up and show sympathy for any sympathy for the Palestinian side of the issue, and we are here to really urge them and say, look at your community in New York, right across from Manhattan, the largest concentration of religious Jews. There's not one single Israeli flag there in Williamsburg, because they're very religious, therefore they oppose the existence of the state. Mind you, the existence of the state, not even the, let's just say, oppression of the Palestinians. We just don't want the existence in any manner, shape, or form. We want it to be under the rule of the whoever they were before, the Palestinian people. And if they will do that, they will have the support of very religious Jews. They will be able to stand up to that intimidation or that attack of being anti-Semitic. So whoever it is, whoever it will be, both of them are the qualified as far as a strong-willed people to take a stance in this if they want to.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. God bless.